Hello, John. Thank you
Hey.
for
Hey.
Hey, what's up, John?
You are the first,
Wow, may
John.
bago.
D Prime, what up? Thank
Hey,
you
D
for
Prime.
being there all 3 days. You and
Yeah.
Beth. It
D Prime, good to see you last weekend, brother.
Apparently, she goes by Liz, sabi ni D Prime.
is. Sorry,
Yeah.
Liz. Sorry, my
Liz.
bad, D Prime. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, good to
Keep
see you again,
forgetting.
D Prime. It has been a while.
Wait, D Prime is a girl?
No, D
Hindi, Liz
Prime
is his
is.
girlfriend.
Puta. Na-confuse ako bigla eh. Kasi nakita ko na si D Prime eh. Parang, hindi D
Oh,
Prime. Nalito ako doon ah. Anyway.
what up, Bruce? Bruce thanks us for interviewing his childhood hero, Iggy Boy. Totoo ba
Oy.
yan? Baka
Totoo ba yan,
joke time mo
Bruce?
lang kami ah.
Totoo ba yan, Bruce?
Hindi. Anong klaseng childhood hero? Genuine o yung parang Diana Zubiri, Maui Taylor na childhood hero?
Why would he be? Why would he have?
Mas malala
Oh
yun.
my.
Hey, I'm not gonna judge whatever gets his
I mean,
juices going.
No, knowing Bruce, yung ganong childhood hero, ibang member ng Going Bulilit cast.
Ah.
What up, Julian? Na hindi pa rin dumating sa Dexcon
Julian, you
Weekend.
should have been there last weekend, man.
Jesus fucking Christ, Julian.
Pareho tayong talk shit, Julian.
Yeah.
Pareho tayo nagsabi
Ano, at least
pupunta.
Chino has been once at least.
Yeah.
As Julian, wala pa talaga eh.
So ito, for everybody who's listening right now, would you pay to see public figures or celebrities in a promo battle event?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hindi namin muna sasabihin kung sino.
Yeah.
I mean, may sneak peek
Tangina
na
naman
if you
eh.
see it on
Hindi,
Instagram.
You just post
they might
it.
not know. We don't need to tell them if they don't know. Tama?
I'm pretty sure I posted this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kasi meron na mga naghahamon eh. So tingnan natin
Oh.
kung may
Yeah,
kakasama
exactly.
natin tong event.
Yeah.
Parang masaya siya.
Tapos pag successful siya, gagawin din namin with other celebrities.
Yeah.
Basta walang
Julian, pag di ka
sapakan.
pa rin pumunta, sasaba ka namin kay Invisible John Cena.
Yung hinihintay talaga nating promo battle, Emile Nate versus Eruption.
Yun.
Oh, madami akong bala dyan.
Which I've also gotten rolling. So, I just need
Sabi
to
mo yan,
contact
ha?
the guy.
He just said, madami daw siyang bala. Okay? You heard it, guys.
God
He
damn!
just said it. So, it better be true.
Oh, so wag ka titiklop ha pag nandyan na. Iba yung maraming bala sa pag nandyan na, biglang, ay, sorry, okay na.
It's all for the spirit of fun. That never happened.
Is it really, Emile? Is it?
Is it really?
Na-desensitize na ako sa mga sayaw videos na because Rowan
Dapat
keeps
lang.
on sending
Trabaho
it.
lang yung gahanap buhay lang yung tao.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I
Keeps on
still don't know why he
sending
still does it. Like, okay, dude, I'm not, I don't get rage bait by it anymore.
Siyempre, you say that now, pero alam mo yun. Until we see you burying the hatchet.
I do wonder if he knows who I am now because he reacted.
Well, I don't think it matters to him, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're not the only one, Emile.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has more. Public call out mo daw, Emile. Gawin daw natin teaser.
Gagawag.
Babyface.
No.
Wag
Jasper.
muna public call out. Private call out muna.
Baka mademanda si Emile Nate, wala pa yung pambayad ng abogado.
We don't got that
go
CM
on.
Punk money.
May idea ako for a teaser, pero saka na natin gawin. Let's get this one out of the way first.
All right. Let's go.
Please hit my music and yeet!
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy dad, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emile Nate, Small Forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
And you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
On our Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, Chino Liao, and Emile Nate checking in for another Thursday live stream. And we just want to say thank you to everybody who we got to say hi to over the weekend nung Dexcon, whether you attended just one event or all three events or two out of the three events. You know, thank you so much for supporting Pinoy wrestling and for not being a stranger, lalo na doon sa mga nakipag-usap sa amin, mga nambate. Those who took part in the festivities, we really appreciate you all. And thank you as well to everybody who checked out our interview with Iggy Boy Flores from earlier this week. It was a holiday well spent getting to know another guy we've seen literally grow up on TV only to find out that he is literally one of us.
Oh, I'm saying nun.
Yeah.
I'm saying nun din kasi we might get a potential showdown between two of the most popular guests we've had on this podcast. So, very interesting kung mangyari yan.
As the kids say, this could feed families.
Yes, sir.
that Iggy Boy Flores guesting. Kaya Emile, huwag ka na umuwi pa.
Yeah, I kind of regret
muna
missing
umuwi.
that.
Umuwi ka na agad eh.
It was a fun interview. I listened to it last night, and you know it was a great one. So check that one out. Check that one out, guys.
Check nyo guys para maayos si Emile yung pag-check out niya.
Yeah, sorry.
Make sure to hit the subscribe and follow button as well on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. We've been saying that every episode of the show, but seriously, it really does help us out a lot. Just to get more reach out there, and so we can put up events that, as Rose said, can feed families. So let's make it happen. All right. We've also got our sponsorship program going on. Ro, you want to let them know how we can put them over if they put us over.
Yeah, dude, guys, please, we're looking for sponsors now. You don't have to, but if you have a brand or a product or a company that you're willing to, or you want us to plug in spots like these, or you want to have Emile go crash out on something that you want him to crash out over. Baka gusto nyo mag-sponsor ng review, baka gusto nyo ng branded interview na you go on this show and you talk about whatever you want to talk about. We are doing this for money. It's not mince words anymore. We need money. We need money, and we need it not fast, but it would be really nice if you could help us out. Of course, syempre, you can also support us through Patreon and Gang, which Emile will talk about later. Pero this will be something that you can stamp your branding onto as part of the podcast. A lot of people do listen to us. We also heard that stars like Iggy Boy Flores listen to us in the car while he's driving. Diba? So that's insane reach that you could get with your favorite wrestling podcast that, serves your weekly diet of wrestling talk. So go check us out. Send us an email at hello.wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. Well, we can start talking. Syempre, we're flexible naman. Hindi naman kami super mukhang pera. We're willing to work with you so you can work with us. You know what I mean? So go check us out. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, as Trick Williams says.
Oh, Emile, talk about the Patreon program.
All right. So aside from the sponsorships, another way to support the podcast is through our Patreon and Gang program. It's at patreon.com/wrestling wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling to expod. Your $5 a month goes a long way, in helping us continue what we do here on the podcast. You'll get perks, you'll get the Discord, you'll get first tips to everything, some pasabays, events, all of that and more. And we want to thank our current patrons who have been supporting us throughout the years, and also a thank you to our future patrons who will subscribe through our Patreon and Gang. Again, the links are patreon.com/wrestling wrestling podcast and gangnow.com/wrestling to expod.
All right. And finally, put over the Converge Netflix bundle.
Yun, so people are asking where they could watch their weekly WWE programming. There are two ways. You could watch it on Blast, and you could watch it on Netflix via VPN, and you could experience both of that at its best. If you subscribe or upgrade your plan to the Converge Netflix bundle, there are three tiers to the plan, and included in that is the high internet speed, the new Wi-Fi modem, and the experience box, which I have been using ever since I got it. That's where I watch my WWE programming and also other movies and series that I love to watch. So you could upgrade or subscribe through their customer service email, or you could go to your local Converge office if you have one in your area.
All right. Time to get to some wrestling talk, and we're going to start with local wrestling. Let's show some love to Dexcon, all of the wrestlers who were part of the show, all the staff who helped put it together, syempre the bookers and organizers who made sure that the event was taken care of, that the wrestlers involved were fed, transported, were able to shower, all of that good stuff. Let's get to the review. Emile, you were there for Dexcon Peksman and the show that we had at the Attack Arena following the kickoff event.
Yeah, so I was there for 2 of the 3 days. No, I was there for the meet and greet, specifically for the bat wrestling part, which was it was a great night of wrestling. It was a great night of action from all the wrestlers who competed. And of course, the highlight of that night was John's Invincible John Cena versus Jake De Leon, which one of the most entertaining things I've seen wrestling wise. And it was the loudest that the crowd was during that night. So and I think the match is uploaded, diba, on YouTube, so you could check it. You can check it out if you want. It's really some of the most entertaining stuff that you could see. And also the main event was the Sunday show, diba, the Peksman show, and I think Lance was telling me about the show having some DDT feels to it with all the stipulations, and it kind of felt like it was, the bizarro world of wrestling with all the crazy stuff that happened throughout the show, the crazy matches, your shot puno match, and of course the kiss the death match, which, I think everyone loved that match. Ashley, who is her first time watching wrestling, that was the match that she loved the most. It was just something about the show that felt festive, and of course, we have to talk about the main event: Chris Brooks versus Robin Sane. You could argue one of the best, or if not like the best match in local pro wrestling this year. Both guys just went all hard on each other, and it was a great night. It was a great weekend of action for Dexcon. So congrats to Dexcon and everyone who worked their butt off to entertain the fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good point that you brought up. The fact that it was DDT-esque. So that's a really, really great way to sum up this particular show. I'll say previously, the other shows were straight up serious wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Tapos, ngayon lang siya naging playful talaga. Like, I'm not a regular DDT watcher, I should say. So I totally missed that part of or that characteristic of it all when I was watching and calling and wrestling in the show. But yeah, that makes super great sense. So if you haven't seen, or if you didn't go rather, and you're like a DDT fan, you should wait for this when it goes up on VOD.
All right. So congrats again to everybody who was a part of Dexcon, and thank you to everybody who got to catch it. Kung nandun kayo, let us know in the comments what your favorite matches or segments were from the entire weekend, from Bakagaijin and Friends to the kickoff event, yung the archery game where friend of the podcast Shane Vergara was literally bulldozed by an inflatable pyramid.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Shane.
Happy birthday as well to Tupe or Chris Brooks,
happy birthday.
our honorary Filipino friend who celebrated his birthday in the middle of the ring.
Happy birthday, Vince McMahon.
Happy birthday as well. Oh, sabay sila ng birthday, Emile.
Greeting him.
Birthday rin ni Aaron Paul. Oh, happy birthday din.
Aaron Paul. Lahat na lang may birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, di ba? May mga may birthday binabati natin. Okay. So yeah, that's it for Dexcon Peksman. Yung mga favorite events ninyo, or yung mga favorite matches or segments nyo, just put it in the comment section. All right? How about this? Let's talk about Jake Hager, who was on Insight with Chris Van Vliet this week. And it was a very interesting interview, about a little over an hour. And the main takeaway is that he has retired from professional wrestling after a 19-year run. So some of the things he said were pretty spicy. So he said na he regretted coming to AEW where he spent 5 years. Sabi niya he should have just stayed in MMA. He also added that he felt na Tony Khan never wanted him in AEW, and he even went so far as to call both Tony Khan and the company unprofessional. And towards the end, and I think you're going to like this, Emile, Nate, Jake Hager shared his opinion about Bill Goldberg and said that Bill Goldberg, quote, sucks.
That was the only thing I agreed from this whole interview. That was that last part. I mean, I love how he was straightforward about it. Like, he's old, so he shouldn't be taking spots from the younger wrestlers. Diba? They'll stop taking their money, as he said. But yeah, the things that he said were pretty out there, were pretty wild accusations. Although his run was fine. I mean, a lot of people forget he was the first surprise that AW pulled out when Dynamite aired. He was, remember that when the first Dynamite ended, he was the surprise debut. And I thought he was going to be some sort of a big player, but he ended up just being a lackey.
Kasi nga Tony Khan wasn't a fan of his.
Yeah. So maybe there was maybe what he's saying has some like validity to it, but to say that he's unprofessional, that's just out there.
I felt kind of bad that that TK didn't like him as a wrestler. Like he didn't like him. I mean that even though he spent like 5 or so years in the company, but malino naman that TK didn't really think highly of him because Emile said that he was a lackey, he was a side character, and sayang it's one of those things na you feel bad about because by no means is Jake Hager a bad wrestler. People just don't like him, and sometimes there are good reasons for that. Sometimes there aren't. But I felt like if that was such an issue, sana hindi na lang tinanggap ni TK na okay. Chris Jericho brought him along to AEW diba, and all of that stuff. But I feel like there was no reason for him to be discarded like that, especially when TK has Bobby Lashley, who is a similar wrestler to Jake Hager in style, diba? So parang nakaawa din kasi he could have gone to TNA and did the whole thing before maybe going back to WWE and stuff. But wala. I don't really feel particularly bad that Jake Hager is gone from AEW as a whole. It's just that I kind of sympathize with him when he says that the boss didn't like him.
It's also interesting how the number of wrestlers we're talking against about AEW are growing. Diba? Parang, it just tala natin si Punk lang dati yun eh. Diba? It's Punk is being Punk, so he's gonna do that. But then
no naman, there was actually Big Swole before
Big Swole pala, diba? Yeah, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Dumadami na sila eh. It's not so this whole concept of them trying to sell AEW as wrestlers paradise, as this like promotion that is for wrestlers by wrestlers. may pros and cons din yun eh, di ba? And mas nakikita ng tao ngayon yung cons because of the number of people who are speaking out against it, di ba? Na parang it's not, it isn't that paradise that it's all cracked up to be. Kasi people like Jake Hager, like Big Swole, like Cody now, they've all started to feel some sort of way about Tony Khan and his creation here. And for better or for worse, talagang naglalabasan din yan sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, no company is perfect naman di ba? I think every one of us who's worked with a company or for a company has come to find that out sooner or later, regardless of what industry you're in. And wala, it's just the reality of working for a very human company with, humans at the helm. Ganun talaga. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna take a break ko, okay na? Any other opinions you want to get in?
Nah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's get to our first Emile Nate dance break. Let's talk about AEW naman. And I want to start with comparing the yeeting that's gone on over the last few days in professional wrestling. So kanina, there was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Claudio Castagnoli and Darby Allin, in which Claudio yeeted Darby Allin onto the AEW announce table. So na-shatter siya. The commentators weren't able to do their thing for a while. And a few days before that, Oba Femi did a similar spot where he yeeted Javon Evans onto the NXT announce table, which was like the second to the last move, or one of the moves immediately preceding you fall from grace to finish off Javon Evans. So let me ask you three, who had the more impressive yeet this week? Claudio on Darby or Oba on Javon?
I'm going to go with Claudio. I was the one I was more impressed with. Kasi it was a dart. Parang dinart niya si Darby Allin dun sa table. It was, and I feel like it was more intense yung pagkakabato niya kay Darby than the Oba Femi one. Yung Oba Femi one though, that one has more height to it. Mas mataas yun compared dito sa Darby throw. But I feel yun yung yun yung batayan ko to it. It was more intense. It was thrown like a dart rather than just yung parang palobo na natapon. But still, both spots are really impressive.
I am going to side with NXT here and say that Oba one was impressive. Una-una, yung nothing taken away from Claudio and Darby here. The way Darby just takes things, it's just laging kailangan may boost boy factor, di ba? Very very Darby-esque in that dart, in the way he took that spot, di ba? So yeah, I get it. It's exciting, and we know Cesaro is strong, or sorry, Claudio is strong. He's always been strong, even as Cesaro, di ba? But Oba Femi used to be a shot putter for the University of Alabama. So he literally yeets things for a living. Diba? That is his expertise. So the fact that he was able to get Javon up with that much height, it goes to show you that he was very good as a shot putter. And yung impact ni Javon dun sa table na yun was pretty, it looked safe, but you wouldn't want to do that, right? Like, kahit sabihin sa ni Oba Femi na, oh, you say, babagsak ka naman sa table, okay lang yan. Just don't do it. It's not nice.
both lifts, both yeets were impressive. Let's not get that wrong here. But from technique and strength wise, the Claudio lift and toss was way more impressive. Because if you've ever tried to do a shoulder press with a dumbbell or a barbell, you know how hard that is. You know how much strength it takes to lift something heavy over your head for one count or even half a count. Diba? And then you see Claudio do that for more than 1 second, like around 3 to 5 counts. And then kahit sabihin mo ng may poste, sa kahit sabihin mo ng 150 or so pounds lang si Darby Allin, that is still an impressive feat of strength and endurance that some people will overlook because one, it's AEW, and two, Obafemi is a much bigger dude. So Obafemi is really good though. He did a super solid toss from a princess carry, which doesn't give you that much strength to work with when you are trying to throw something from that position. But he is, again, as Chino said, a shot putter. So I'm sure he had that figured out. So I think that should be his new finisher, diba? Just shot putting things.
Oh yeah.
Diba?
Yun
Bato ka
ang,
lang niya eh.
yun ang literal,
Oo.
yun ang literal na fall from
Oh,
grace.
for
Diba?
Oo.
So, kasi,
Going back to Claudio versus Darby earlier, what did you think of the way it ended? Did it make it feel like Super Darby, like from a few years ago?
It's Claudio. Like, he is always like one of the sacrificial lambs in the group. So it's one of those things that, yeah, it's Super Darby, yes, pero that's also what you pay to see him for. Like, I'm sure Ina will agree here in the chat. Na he's one of the main characters of the company. So it's one of those things. Okay lang naman, because it has always been his character to fight from underneath and survive everything that should be survived or most people couldn't survive. So it's not a big problem to me. It's one of those things that he does make look good, I feel, because he knows how to properly portray his own character.
Yeah,
you
don't
know,
mind.
sorry,
Sige, sige.
it's just very symbolic na tong match na to was, or tong show na to even, was at the 2300 Arena, home of the late great EC Dub, di ba? So, syempre dahil nandun sila sa Philadelphia and in the place where ECW used to throw down, kailangan pantayan nila yung level of, I guess, violence that they needed on TV, which is saying something because the Lights Out Cage match from Forbidden Door, pretty fucking violent on its own, diba? Tinidor ni John Moxley yung tenga ni Darby Allin eh.
Yeah.
And from there, he jumps into this where he's being yeeted around for a good few minutes before, any actual wrestling happens. So, maganda yung idea. I liked it because I like the idea of living up to the name of ECW in the right way. Yung hindi siya whitewashed, hindi siya watered down, diba? And I feel like with all the carnage that they delivered in this match, it was pretty good. It was pretty good homage to, the land of extreme.
Yeah, I would agree with Chino. It was since they were at the old ECW arena, na they have to they have to parang capture the essence, at least for that main event, and they were able to. And that finish was, I didn't mind the finish as well. It was, if you look at the booking pattern here, they would whoever's John Moxley's feuding, they would like have Claudio face the guy, and and the opponent will usually go over. So it's basically that.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to the CNC, Cope and Christian. They opened the show yet again, and they started tong program nila with FTR. And the thing that really caught my attention is how Cope was so happy to let Christian do the "Your Father is Dead" shtick, which I guess is a babyface thing to do now that they're legendary babyfaces.
I don't think he was happy to do it. I think he was just, okay, gawin mo na. Kasi I don't necessarily agree, but, the people love the shtick, so go do it for them. Diba? Do it for the people. I think that's what the play was there.
You see, to me, that came off of them. Sorry, were you done, Ro? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Kasi to me, that came off of us having a much higher threshold for things we let faces get away with. Diba? Kasi pag ginawa niya yan as a heel, boo, kupal. Boo, and face siya. Yeah, let's hear it. Say his dad is dead. Diba? Napaka ironic eh. What a turnaround in situations we have here.
No, what does that tell you, Chino, about the fans though, or about the Christian character? Either one.
I have an answer for that. If you're talking about the fans who cheered for that stuff, here's the answer. If you have been wishing hoping against hope for the past how many years, the past decade or so, that the WWE would go back to the Attitude Era and to all the crassness, all the edginess of the Attitude Era, you should be watching AEW. That's what you should be watching, diba? If you don't watch AEW because they're not WWE, because it's the alternative to WWE, because it's not name brand wrestling to you, then you are a hypocrite, sir. Because this is everything that you were looking for the past decade when WWE was PG. Diba? So you can moralize, yes, that the fans are terrible, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not excusing it. I'm not condoning it. It is what it is. It is what the fans are, and the sickos should. They're playing to the sickos, and this is exactly what the Attitude Era was, diba? Kaya dito na kayo manood. Wag na kayong stop that hate train against the company because they're literally serving up what you have been looking for the past 10 plus years since WWE went PG. So, it's one of those things that you can't explain. Say, what else do you want to say? That the wrestling fans are bad. That's the answer.
Ikaw, Emile.
It isn't, sorry, ako muna. It
Is
isn't
it?
as 1:1 eh. Na parang, it's not black and white anymore. So it isn't as easy as a comparison. Pero I totally understand where Ro was coming from. Tama din kasi siya. Diba? That things that people were looking for in the WWE, AEW has them right now. Diba? And if that's the one reason you're not watching AEW, then wala na, ikaw na yung may problema. Diba? It's a you
Yeah.
problem now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think one of the good things that AEW has done over the past year is leaning into the sickos, diba? Leaning into to how to how they think, how they perceive their wrestling, and it's really enjoyable to watch. Like tama nga siya, it's like an Attitude Era, but with a modern twist to it, and it's the whole Christian thing is just it's not morally like good, but it's still funny to see him going that route against heels this time.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny, and then syempre napaisip ako na parang, wait lang, aren't we turning Christian face here? Why is he still being a scumbag? Alam mo yun, the character development is very slow, and I get it. It's a slow burn.
No.
Pero he has to do some good stuff too.
It goes back to how you define alignments. About do you define alignments by what people do or how people respond to a character? Diba? Like that's where it all hinges. Kasi at this point, the answer isn't so clear, but depending on how you see it or how you consume your characters, then that's where the answer is. Diba? Like people.
I would offer a
old
different
workers
question. Sige.
Oh,
sorry.
No,
No.
old workers will say, now, are they booing or are they cheering? If they're booing, then you're a heel. If they're cheering, then you're a face.
No, I would offer a different question kasi to what you just posed, no? And that question would be, who is the bigger asshole? Kasi now it just becomes a matter of one asshole being worse than the other. And I'm not sure that that's a good thing.
Oh, I mean, you're definitely valid to think that. Kasi syempre, you are in your consumption of media and fiction, you're definitely traditionalist there. Kasi syempre, what is good, diba? Is good people doing good things, or is good people cheering you and approving your actions? But that's a whole different conversation around moral philosophy, and that's not something we're willing to have now unless you want to dedicate a whole episode after this. So ganun talaga eh. You can say then that you can also shift the question, like, sino bang kupal? Is it Christian or is it the crowd now? Like, that's what I've always, you know this, I've always posed this question back when I was writing about wrestling for Lords of Pain. Like, I've always maintained that sometimes it's the crowd who sucks. And does the crowd cheering for an asshole Christian Cage make Christian the heel, or does it make the crowd, or does it make Christian the face, or does it make the crowd the heel? So, the answer to your question is the answer to that question. You know what I mean?
It would be nice if we could actually flesh that out with someone who can help us dissect this more clearly.
We need a whole philosophy major.
Hanap tayo ng philosopher in the
Oh,
wrestling.
yeah.
Oh.
Kawawa rin kasi sina Dax and Cash kasi napag-iwanan sila tuloy. Like they're as much a part of this story as Christian and Cope are, diba?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at this point, like FTR themselves aren't the assholes. Like they are at this point second to the last in assholishness behind FTR. Behind Cope himself, diba? Kasi even Stoke is a bigger asshole than FTR themselves.
Oh, kasi parang naagrabyado lang yung FTR eh.
I can see that. No, I can see that. And if anything, kung may questionin ako personally dito sa storyline nito, it'd be that FTR, who were the main antagonists of this storyline, have taken a back seat just because Christian is there, di ba? Parang, like yung moral quandary na to, instead of just this binary, kinupal nila si Edge, they've betrayed Cope, and now there's this rivalry that's happening, right? Now that Christian being there, it adds a significant wedge to the story. Now, I'm not even sure if the writers thought about. Like, I don't know if they thought this far, this deeply into the storyline.
I'm sure they're wrestling over the issue internally. I'm sure they've seen it. Like I'm sure Cope is smart enough to know now. Okay, Christian isn't 100% a face, diba? Like he knows that. I think they have established that to begin with. But I'm sure they're trying to figure out ways how to elevate or how to lift up FTR plus Stokes' heelishness.
Yeah, yun lang. That's the one thing that I'm holding on to. The fact na history tells us that Cope and Christian in particular are two of the smarter people in the industry. So I hope they're the ones who can actually help steer this ship. So, just to help make it make sense.
Doc G has an interesting point. Like, what if a double turn happens suddenly? But the problem is the crowd is cheering for the idea of CNC, and the crowd is cheering Christian's "Your father is dead" gimmick.
Between FTR and CNC, they're not gonna boo CNC.
Yeah.
They love CNC. Hindi lang yung "Your father is dead" stick eh. Even kinuha niya from MJF yung "I'm your asshole." Diba? The crowd is also eating that up. So parang you've got a guy who's self-aware about being an asshole, pero parang wala siyang kagustuhang magbago for the better.
That is a great point. That's also a great point. Like, it is a real quandary. Kasi yun nga, they have left both FTR and Nick Wayne in a moral ditch.
Yun din. Yes, thank you for bringing up Nick Wayne, diba? We can't forget the history of what the patriarchy have all gone through. Diba? Nick Wayne, Mother Wayne, Kip Sabian, Killswitch. All these guys are traumatized victims.
So it's easy to blame when you think about all of that. It's easy to blame the crowd for cheering on this emotional abuser.
I mean, what makes that different from people who still support sexual abusers, diba? Who are in entertainment or whatever. So,
yeah.
But that's a different can of worms. All right, before we open up another Pandora's box here, si Hook naman pag-usapan natin. He's back with a new theme song. Apparently may bali-balita na nagkaroon ng dispute with Action Bronson or the contract, the rights to the Action Bronson song, that's also expired. But the bigger question here is, bakit hindi niya in-address yung pagkakapalit sa kanya ni Powerhouse Hobbs in the Ops where Hook was actually 1/3 of the trio's champions?
He kind of addressed this when he first returned. Like he made his first comeback from whatever it was he was dealing with. Parang tinaboy niya yung Ops because yun nga, they replaced him. But then they did a second comeback, the one we just saw, and yeah, he is technically supposed to be 1/3 of the World Trios champion. He is, by definition, on paper, he is still a champion. So that is weird, and I only hope that they are preparing to address that. Kasi, yun nga, like I mentioned in the previous episode, it's one of those things that AEW often goes back to. They just delay things for now, and then they return to it. Like what happened with Ricochet and the Hurt Syndicate.
I think they're slow burning this one as well. They just haven't returned for the pop. I mean, it's an EZW arena. He's the son of
Sure.
yeah, he's the son of Taz. So they just did that for the no for for the pop. But I wish they would they would go deep into this whole ops thing with Hook in the next weeks to come.
Yeah, same. I agree with everybody's statements. They did it for Hook to be in the ECW arena, place where his dad the wrestled originally, so that makes sense. Parang it's a lot to ask for then right away. Na parang after niya upakan si Wheeler Yuta, lalabas na siya just to explain. I get that. I get that we're trying to look for here, right? But at the same time, I think the pop prioritized everything. Oh, was prioritized over everything else.
Mhm. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back from this Emile Nate dance break, we'll talk about Raw, NXT, and Clash in Paris.
Mahal ko, pagkat saan ka man naroon, pintig ng puso ko'y para sa'yo. Naghihirap man ang aking damdamin, nagmamahal pa rin sa'yo, giliw. Libutin man kita'y di ko magawa, hindi pa rin ako nagbabago.
Let's go to Raw, where Roman Reigns made his return and he actually acknowledged Jey Uso now as a world champion. So para more or less, inamin niya na we are equals. But I appreciated yung self-aware wrinkle in Roman's character where he admitted na you're in a pickle, Jey, but what I would do is different from what I know you would do. And I thought that was, while short, sobrang malaman yung segment na yun.
Yeah, still hasn't apologized to him, no?
Do we count that as an apology?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you count that as an apology?
Ako, yes. I would count that as an apology. Kasi
I mean,
is it better than I'm sorry, Jay? Not probably not. But the fact that he was there to guide his cousin, diba, and sort of, tell him na iba ako, we're, doing our own things right now. Therefore, I trusted you enough. Diba sabi niya, you've been doing this 20 years. I trusted you enough to like make the right decision here. I think the fact that he went as far as to acknowledge him as a champion, diba? It just goes to show you that the Roman of even Roman himself knows na the original tribal chief isn't tribal chief anymore. You get what I'm saying?
If you guys thought that was an apology, if anyone listening to this thought that was an apology, you guys need to go to therapy.
Oh my god! Wow.
You can acknowledge someone as being on your level and still not be sorry for the things you did to them as an abusive cousin. That's what I'm looking for. Yung admittance ni Roman that he was a terrible family member. He was a terrible relative, diba? He was a terrible brother kasi halos magkapatid na sila yung turingan nila, diba? So, maybe, I don't know, they're working to that specific moment. I think these are all steps headed to that because Roman is still the same character as the tribal chief of yesteryear, but he's just a little more easygoing right now. I'll say he found his smile or whatever. I feel like that's what he is right now, but I don't think he's fully made up for what he was before.
I actually don't think he's the same character. Yes, he's still called the tribal chief, but he himself acknowledges na Jay was more deserving of the title. Diba? He has to do his own thing now. He basically mid-carded himself in this whole situation. So parang kung original tribal chief pa din siya, diba? He wouldn't take a backseat to anybody. So now may awareness na siya na nadagdag dun sa soul niya. Diba? Let Jay handle his business and he knows he needs to handle his own business with Bronson Reed.
All of this is refreshing. Going back 2 weeks ago where diba, he cut that baby pacey promo. Now that was the first time where I felt okay, this is now babyface Roman, and it continues to this week with how he treated Jay as an equal rather than rather than the prior years of treating him like a right hand man, as Jay Uso was called as back then. So it's refreshing. I will agree with Ro. Baka ano to? Yung steps. These are steps towards Roman finally apologizing at some point.
I think outside of all the apology talk, if we're gonna make a comparison to Christian Cage, who we just spent a few minutes arguing about kanina, I think this is a good execution of Shades of Grey. Kasi Roman is a babyface who's doing a babyface thing while very much acknowledging na if I were in your shoes, I would go about things very differently. Acknowledging yung ginagawa niya as a heel, as the tribal chief, diba? Whereas si Christian, parang it's more of just, yeah, but I'm your asshole, right?
So ano mas maganda dun sa dalawa? Like,
what do you think, Chino?
No, I'm asking you. So, like,
I mean, I'm obviously going to give a biased answer here,
okay.
which is Roman Reigns.
No, I don't think. I don't know. For one thing, I don't think Christian's face turn is fully complete. So it's not fair to to compare those at this point. Like Roman went through an entire character arc already, whereas Christian just started his. If we're being honest, so hindi fair yun. I think I do think Roman is over or past most of the arc. It's just that they have to show that there is a genuine acceptance of what he was before, and a genuine apology, an explicit apology that that punctuates that.
Mm-hmm. So talagang act of contrition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of being contrite, Kelly Osbourne, the daughter of the late great Ozzy Osbourne, wants an apology from the WWE and Becky Lynch because she was very pissed over the dig at Ozzy Osbourne during her promo in Birmingham, England. What do you guys think about this?
Was that even a dig at Ozzy Osbourne?
Yes, yes, it was.
When I was watching it, it was more
I think it was more of a dig at Birmingham.
Yeah, the people.
Sure. It was a reference to Ozzy, for sure. Hindi ko lang alam kung nagets mo kasi in the moment eh.
Like yung
I think hindi na-get si Kelly Osbourne in the moment.
Parang
all she heard was Kelly
Ozzy Osbourne
Becky invoked
joke, diba?
Becky invoked the name of her father, diba?
The way I interpreted the whole thing was Ozzy Osbourne was better because he moved from this place and you guys did it. So parang in a way inano pa niya, parang kino-compliment pa niya si Ozzy Osbourne. Pero I will say maybe it's kind of too soon, kasi the guy just died like weeks ago. So I kind of get what Kelly Osbourne is coming from here. But if you listen to that promo, she wasn't really taking at Ozzy Osbourne.
Naisip ko lang,
but are you really gonna tell a grieving daughter that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Naisip ko lang, tayo na nagalit siya kay Becky Lynch, buti hindi si Christian Cage yung nag-promo eh.
Oh my God.
Kelly Osbourne, you have a father. Tayo na, mas offensive yan, diba?
Yeah.
Not to be fair, from what I know about Kelly Osbourne, she was on The View. So
she
really is a very opinionated person. Much so when family is involved. Diba? So
it's one of those things that, you probably, if you are a star of Becky's level, you probably should have sent the family a message. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe, possibly.
Do something else. Something else. But, I mean, I can understand that what they want is heat here. And congrats, Becky. Nakakuha ka ng heat. Diba?
Hey, you don't have to tell us. I mean, Ro and I were in the ring when we made the ring shake about a month after Kobe passed. So...
Buti di nag-message si Vanessa Bryant.
Oo nga eh. I think the most unfortunate bit about this is that Kelly Osbourne tagged a Becky Lynch fan account on Instagram.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And that said fan account repeatedly kept pleading to Kelly Osbourne, please take down your post. I'm not Becky Lynch. Totoo to. Like, this is actually in the news reporting of this story.
See, Kelly Osbourne, really a Karen. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah.
So,
I mean...
So.
I can't tell a grieving daughter that.
Yeah.
I mean, kamamatay pa lang naman ni Ozzy.
Yeah, guys, if you get
Yeah,
mad at me,
yeah,
watch
yeah.
The View. You know what I'm saying.
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
watch
saying
that
here.
clip, man. Watch that clip.
Watch The View in general. Any single episode of The View that choose on, and you'll understand why.
All right, let's stick with the women here and talk about that moment between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley that broke all of our hearts when Io said that they need to keep their distance. Oh my gosh.
It's very clear by the writing of the segment alone, like more than any other segments that have come before. They are really leaning into the whole homoerotic thing.
Oh yeah.
Like they knew they have the lesbian lovers
GL
in a lock.
Exactly.
GL, yeah.
Thank you for saying it.
They knew they have them locked in.
Uh-huh.
So they are leaning all the way in with it. Parang we know Rhea's already done the homoerotic thing with people like Kathy Kelly, but
not on TV.
Yeah, not on TV, obviously. But now they're really doing it because they know that this stuff goes viral.
I love it because it's una, yes, you said it, it's very GL coded, diba? It's talagang alam mo yung sapphic na hinahanap nila from
Yun,
the
the
spot.
sapphic,
Yes, and I also love it because I love my teleserye storyline. And if this isn't a teleserye storyline, man, I don't know what is. This is good stuff. High drama for me. So nakakatawa lang din that they are using all of Damage Control and Rhea Ripley to tell the story.
Wala Romeo and Juliet-esque eh. Yung story.
No one's gonna kill themselves, Emile. No one's drinking poison here. What the fuck?
I'm not saying they're gonna kill themselves. I'm just
That's
saying
how Romeo and Juliet ends.
No, I get what Emil's trying to say.
Yeah,
Siyempre,
star-crossed lovers and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
of warring families.
It's good TV. They're getting viral every week. Diba? Every week, inaabangan natin lagi what they're gonna do, what they're gonna say, and it always gets us. Diba? Like talagang
You know what's good about this? Sorry. You finish first, Emile. Sorry.
No, I was done. I was done. Sige, you go ahead.
This stuff is way more tasteful than the HLA of the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, I will agree with that. I wish sure.
It really is. It really is a lot more tasteful. Like it is HLA, but written by women for both women and men.
Oh, syempre kasi mas nuanced na din yung storytelling.
Yeah,
diba?
exactly. No, I mean, syempre, 20 years ago, you would have had a dirty old man just doing the lesbian stuff to raise
Tori Wilson, Don Marie story.
No, wag niyo na sabihin yan. 20 years ago, I don't know if there were women in the writers' room. Whereas now, we know very well that there are at least one or two women in the writers' room, diba? From what we've seen in WWE Unreal. So, I'm actually not sure kung babae yung nagsusulat nito. I'm gonna have to
No, I mean,
check
even
that
if
out.
even if hindi, like I'm sure this is all informed, or a lot of this is informed by both Rhea and IYO themselves.
Mm-hmm. I think the best part of it is that we continually get 4 beautiful, talented women on our screen every week, and that none of this involves the title.
Yeah, that's one of the things na
or a man, diba? Yeah. Or a man.
Or a man.
Yes.
Tama. Kumbaga kung may storyline sa WWE ngayon napapasa ng Bechdel test. Ito yun, pare. With flying colors.
It is actually a welcome change from all the Judgment Day stuff where everyone's fighting over fucking Dom.
Saka, diba? Saka, this is one of the things people have been saying about Rhea Ripley na parang they're kind of tired of seeing her in the title scene. So now she's in a storyline that doesn't involve any titles, and it's beautiful TV.
IYO on a pole.
The girls love storyline. I mean,
yeah.
Diba? IYO in a Shark Tank. Or Shark Cage.
Yeah, we've really come a long way from HLA or the Canadian Dollar Bet or Al Wilson, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Buti na lang.
Canadian Dollar Bet. Favorite storyline ever.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back from this Emile Nate dance break, we'll talk about NXT's Need for Speed and Clash in Paris. Let's go to NXT, where it was announced this week that the men's and women's speed championships are going to NXT. Tapos may tournament na to find a number one contender for both titles. So far, yung in-announce pa lang ni Ava are the competitors for the women's tournament, and that involves Candice LeRae, Lainey Reed, Zaya Brookside, and Fabi Apache from AAA. So it's Raw / SmackDown, NXT, AAA, and TNA.
Yeah, I don't know why they're insisting on speed. Nobody really appreciates this as much as myself or other, maybe other wrestlers do. Not even the wrestlers appreciate speed because that's why Ricochet left, all that stuff. So I don't understand this move at all.
I'm fine.
Yeah, my thing with this is if they are trying to legitimize the speed division as a legitimate division and legitimate championship, sana lang gawan pa nila ng mas malalim na reason, diba? Why, apart from it just being 3 minutes, because then fine, it's 3 minutes, and nagka-WrestleMania match nga na 1 minute, less than 1 minute, diba? So how is that different from this, right? What I mean, right? I get it because it was so for social media, but now their deal with X is done. So now they get to do this on TV, right? So it's just going to be hard for me to say that this is must-watch championship material, diba? Because of the length.
I'm fine with it, but they gotta tweak something about this. This just can't be 3 minutes at all. Now that the whole thing is now on TV again, this has potential to be maybe their X division, like something unique, from the rest of the programming. But they gotta change something. It can't be just 3 minutes.
No, I don't know. Nobody likes nobody likes the idea of short matches at all. Like people online find it demeaning to wrestlers na pag may clear matches. Whereas I fucking love short matches.
Kasi tapos ka na agad.
Oh, exactly. But people want more from the wrestlers. So I don't know why they're persisting with this. Even if you bump up the time limit to 5 or even maybe 10, so okay, fine, 10 would be a sweet spot. But that wouldn't be so speedy anymore.
Just speed.
So we'll see. Tingnan natin kung how this one will come off. As far as I know, Emile, Nate, you're the one in the writers' room, and from this the copy I was given, 3 minutes pa rin yung normal match, then 5 minutes for the championship match.
Who's the men's speed champion at the moment?
El Grande Americano.
Oh yeah, Chad Gable should be said.
EGA.
Oh,
we haven't seen current EGA with the speed title.
Right.
Oh, kasi diba, nakita lang natin si Sol Ruka, diba, with her women's speed belt.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to this Sunday's PLE. It's Clash in Paris. Technically, Monday morning na para sa atin. It will be at 2 a.m. on Monday. So, madaling araw siya. Thanks. Yeah.
Any reason why it wasn't on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Di ko rin alam. No idea. Okay. Yeah, but it's going to be on Monday morning, 2 a.m. And it will be live on the WWE Network dito sa Pinas. Tagalog audio will be live. If you watch it on Netflix or on Peacock, you'll need a VPN. All right, we got 5 matches. Last week, pinag-usapan nyo na that the Naomi and Stephanie Vaquer match is obviously canceled. So they addressed this on Raw. Sabi ni Adam Pearce, Stephanie will get her championship match after Clash in Paris. They'll figure it out and they'll sort out kung sino yung makakalaban niya so they can figure out who the next women's world champion will be. In the meantime, we've got these matches starting with Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know what? I think Bronson should win this match. This would put him over big time. Having a win over one of the top stars in the company. Plus, what benefit would it be for Roman? Like, what benefit would have a Roman win? Do, diba? Say,
get his shoes back.
Get back the Shula Fala.
Star na siya eh.
I will tell you what the benefit is.
Sige.
They are working their way back to a Roman and Seth matchup. This is why Roman is not part of the Fatal 4-Way. So I think that's where they're going with this. So he is, of course, having to go through the sidekicks first before he gets the main event.
Okay.
So I feel like Roman Reigns is going to win. Also, pag nanalo ulit si Bronson Reed, wala na siyang space for shoes around his neck, man.
Di mo sure.
I mean, the guy has thick neck. Pero ang kapal na ng dalawa eh. No, so I'm gonna say Roman Reigns.
Bronson should win, but he won't. For all the reasons Chino mentioned, I feel like they've already given up too much. People like seeing Roman on top. Pause. It's just one of those things that parang okay. Only internet fans really enjoy the Bronson Reed push.
All right. Let's get to some violence. We've got a good old Donnybrook match between Sheamus and Rusev.
Looking forward to this one. Rusev has to win, yeah.
Yeah, Rusev.
Yeah, same. Rusev has to win. But you know what? It doesn't matter who wins for me. Ako, feeling ko panalo tayo lahat. Just because of the aggression and the war that's about to unfold.
It's going to be a banger, as Sheamus would say.
Next up, we've got the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella.
Oof.
I mean, Becky retains, obviously.
Oh, hopefully. One would hope.
Honestly, like I get it, right? You want to see Nikki Bella win because she's supposed to be the face, but she hasn't really been doing a good job as a face. So ako, Becky wins.
Yeah, people still haven't accepted her. So, marami pa siyang bigas na kakainin to be accepted in this new era of WWE wrestling.
No, I think the unfortunate thing with yung promo battle nila this past week is that na nilamon ni Becky si Nikki eh.
Yeah.
Hindi lang in terms of the mic or even the aura at this point.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So sobrang uphill battle siya for Nikki. Like it's really hard because while Becky is the undisputed heel here, it's like the crowd support is also with her kasi ang angas niya.
Yeah. And there's also the fact that Nikki Bella isn't easily likable. Diba? So parang nakabawas yun sa kanya because she's supposed to be a face. You're supposed to like her, but then she has that better than you strut that she does, and then hindi pa convincing yung promos niya. So talagang dehado siya dito.
No, I think they thought that the Total Bellas fans or Total Divas fans would come out in full force and support her. But obviously that isn't the case, right? But the WWE crowd is made up of completely different people, all of whom love Becky on principle.
Yeah, but let's say if it wasn't Becky here in this spot, just a thought exercise. Let's say it was Naomi, for example.
Sure. Mas malala, yun pa.
So wala, like what you're saying is there's no way Nikki would get like the babyface support that ideally would be in her corner.
No.
You would need someone who is genuinely more unpopular than Nikki Bella and the
Nia
Bellas
Jax, maybe.
Oh, probably Nia Jax. But even then, people are coming around in Nia Jax.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gusto ko sabihin Charlotte Flair sana.
Even mas lalo pang coming around on Charlotte Flair.
So kaya nga parang wala mahirapan ka talaga because it's a Nikki Bella problem. It's not a booking
Yeah, it
problem.
is. It really is. That's right.
All right.
Saying hey to our man of the hour, Iggy Boy Flores, watching on
Hey!
Hi,
Iggy
sir.
Boy, new friend of the pod. Hi, sir! Sir Iggy Boy daw, sabi ni Emile Nate.
Sir Iggy Boy.
But I haven't met him.
Sir.
I wish I could meet you one day.
Umuwi ka kasi. Uwi
I
ka
wish I
pa.
could meet you one day.
Salana mo yan.
Ka pa ng boost.
Oh. All right, next match. John Cena versus Logan Paul in Cena's last match in Paris. Biruin mo, last Saturday, last match in Manila. Ngayon, last match in Paris.
Yeah. I mean,
You believe we actually saw the actual last match in Manila. Like, I was there for that. We were there for that. God damn.
I was there for that.
We were there for that.
We were there for that.
Almost 10 years ago.
yeah. I think Cena wins here. I mean, at this point, parang ano na eh, you have to give Cena all the wins in all of his remaining matches.
No, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true, but unless there is a second Logan Paul match, I don't think Logan Paul is winning.
I'm trying to play a thought exercise in my head wherein Logan Paul would win. Diba? And then I realized Cena still has Brock. down the road. So he
Yun pa.
needs momentum on his side. So I would go with John Cena.
All right. Does Brock appear here in Paris?
No.
No, I don't
Why
think
would he
so.
go all the way to Paris?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. All right, finally, the World Heavyweight Championship in a fatal four-way. Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight.
Seth retains.
Oh.
Wala. It's too early, and yun nga.
This is his first
Rollins-
title defense, diba?
Oh,
It is, yeah.
And di ba, I think, I don't know who said na, no, na they're building towards Roman versus Seth.
Chino.
Yeah, so it makes sense that, Seth retains here. But the question is, what will happen with Punk now after this match?
No, I think the reason it's a multi-man is because somebody else can take a pin.
Yeah.
Diba? It doesn't
LA
have to
Knight.
be Punk. LA Knight, exactly. Diba? So,
Yeah.
so the fact that Punk is still there, they're saving Punk for last. That's your money match. Seth versus Punk, 1-on-1. Diba? At the next Mania. It might happen. So until that time comes, they're going to line people up in front of him. Diba? And see who goes over. Kasi if say LA Knight takes the pin, then Jay and Punk have the same argument, right? And then that's 3 more guys, and then there's Roman there. So 3 more guys in front of CM Punk. Diba? So mas may times na to build that story out.
Mm-hmm. All right. So those are their predictions for Clash in Paris this weekend. Again, you can catch it Monday morning, madaling araw siya, 2 a.m. live on the WWE Network.
Goddamn.
Netflix, Peacock, whatever your streaming service of choice is. If you want to catch Tagalog audio, live siya and on demand on the WWE Network. For Netflix, it'll be available about 24 to 36 hours after we go live with Clash in Paris.
Good luck sa may mga pasok on Monday.
Good luck kay Stancy.
Wow. Sorry na, Emile, Nate. Di kami night shift tulad mo.
Sorry na, Emile.
Sorry kami mga hindi kumikita tulad ni Emile, Nate.
Di dollars yung sweldo.
Oo. Let's get to some plugs, guys. Emile, what do you want the plebs of the comment section to check out?
I will just say, please check out Dexcon Peksman once it comes out on VOD. So I guarantee you're gonna have a great time. I'm just saying it now. And you'll have to see this if you weren't there.
I guess.
Nung Sunday. Yeah.
All right, ikaw, Ro.
No, Bakunawa is coming up in a couple of weeks. In 3 weeks. We have 3 weekends away before
3
before
weeks from Saturday.
2 weeks from Sunday.
Ayun.
Yeah.
Wait, tama ba? 2 weeks Sunday ba Saturday?
Basta September 14.
Pati kayo nalito.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from 2 weeks from Sunday.
Yeah.
So go pusowrestling.helixpay.ph for your tickets. Meron akong discount code, by the way. It is discount Romeo 50. Discount DISCOUNT ROMEO 5, number 5, and number 0. So that is 5% off. Go check that out. Syempre, you can stack the discounts as well, plus the early birds. I think plus yung Tres Marias bundles, kung may friends kayong kasama, you can stack those discounts up for a cheaper ticket, if you will. So, yun. At also, if you're willing to sponsor both the podcast and the Puso Show, please do. Check that. Get in touch. We will banner your brand in everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chino, what about you?
Tomorrow, I will be with the rest of Comedy Manila at Gordon Ramsay Bar and Grill. That's at Newport. Newport World Resorts is the name they're going by now. Newport World Resorts in Pasay City in front of Terminal 3. This is the first ever all-English comedy showcase by Comedy Manila in Gordon Ramsay Bar and Grill. So, marami kami ng beef Wellington.
Ando ba si Gordon Ramsay?
Wala si Gordon. Wala si Papo G.
I always wanted to eat that.
We are gonna be there.
Big G.
Yeah, show happens in 2 segments. It's an 8 p.m. show and a 9:30 show. So see you guys there. If you can't make it tomorrow, that's understandable. We are there all Fridays of September as well.
All right. For me naman, it is Ghost Month, so we thought it would be a great time to drop the new season of Now Steaming. So catch that in the next few days. Happy Ghost Month! Yay! All right, that brings us to the end of another live stream of the Wrestling Podcast. Thank you to Babyface producer Jasper for always putting us over and making us sound good. Make sure to hit that follow or subscribe button on Spotify if you haven't yet. And follow the show at Wrestling Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, at Wrestling2XPod everywhere else. You've seen the teasers on our social media for the Iggy Boy Flores episode. Please go check that one out. And if you want to see that promo battle between him and...
I-reply niyo yung comment ni Jake Cuenca tsaka ni Iggy Boy sa Instagram.
Yun.
Kulitin nyo.
Paulanan nyo ng likes, pare.
Tama.
Magka-clamor.
Exactly. Because we want that promo battle between Iggy Boy Flores and Jake Cuenca to happen.
May venue na tayo. So,
may venue. May venue.
Kulang na lang date tsaka pang TF nila. So let's make that happen, mga kapodcast. All right? Follow us individually at EML_Meister, at Chino Supersized, at Roiswar, at _Stan C. On behalf of Romora and Chino Liao and Emile Nate, I'm Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, stay dry, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast. Out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.